So hey there, I hope you're doing good. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 eyeshadow palettes under 1000 rupees, which work phenomenally well, amazing formulation, extremely good quality. So we're going to be talking about these amazing palettes here. So there is definitely a reason why these are amazing and they rank on the highest areas of my list. So we're going to be talking about these. I'm going to give you the swatches as well as I'm going to show you the looks which I created with that. So let's start off. So in no particular order, we have the first one, which is the Makeup Revolution Friends Collaboration Palette, and this one is the style Joey. So this palette has an amazing formulation. It is one of a kind. It is so good that I literally have no words to tell you. I would just say go get your hands on this palette. It is one of the best palettes. And you know that I do not insist on buying any products, and this one is so good. It is so unique that I feel like you should definitely get it. It's that good. The colors, the mattes especially, they're so pigmented. So let me just show you some of the mattes in this palette. So, I mean, it's so good. Like the yellow is so richly pigmented, and even a lot of time high-end brands they end up messing up the yellow eyeshadows. But this one is so well pigmented, and the shimmers have a very beautiful foiled finish. I love the way it looks. Like when you see the pink shimmer, it has like a duochrome shift going on, and it has that kind of foiled with the shimmer and the metallic and that kind of sparkly particles which are there. Beautiful formulation. I love the shimmers as well as the mattes. I really wish I'd tried this palette a lot more sooner, but amazing one. Definitely get your hands on this. I would highly recommend this. Amazing for Indian complexions, and it's perfect for the festive season too. I think this one was on sale when I checked it last. I think it's on around 40-50% sale, so you can get this for around 500 rupees, 400 rupees right now. Amazing discount for what you're getting. Just go get this, just trust me, and then just go get it, and you would definitely find it amazing to work with. So moving on to the next palette, we have the Wet n Wild 10 pan color icon palettes, and this one is in the shade Heart and Soul. So you can see the palette. It's kind of like a warm toned neutral pinky kind of a palette. So I think it's great because it's something I would use on a day-to-day basis. This is the palette which I have on my eyes right now, and you will be seeing the look so you know how it kind of works and how it performs. Very good pigmentation, beautiful shimmers. I particularly like the shimmer and the shimmer the most. It has that extreme warmthness and beautiful one. You'll see them in the swatches too. Very, very foiled, metallic looking shimmers. Not greasy, not waxy, not chalky, none of those things. Amazing formulation. The mattes are very beautifully laid out. You have a good variety of colors, which is something I like. You have your deeper tones as well as you have your lighter tones to blend it out. So it has a good balance of colors, and that is something which I love about a palette. I think this is great for beginners, and it's very comparable in terms of the color story to the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia. So this is definitely a must-have. It's perfect for college goers. It's perfect for anyone who's a beginner. The formulation blends out by itself so beautifully. It's not chalky at all. Definitely a must-have. Make sure you get this one. So what's an eyeshadow palette video without mentioning the Nikaki eyeshadow palette? So I have this one in the shade Watermelon Splash. Now I find the color scheme in this palette is a much more kind of easily workable scheme even for beginners, and I thought that I'll make this for something that everyone can find use of it, right? So even though it says watermelon tones, I would say the colors in this palette run more on the peachier side, like peachy, warm tone, orange, browns, that kind of side. Beautiful palette. I love the formulation. The mattes are so richly pigmented, and I think you all know, you've heard enough about Nikaki eyeshadows. So I got this one also at a very good deal actually. So very good formulation. It has a beautiful finish. Now let's look at the shimmer. You can see that the shimmer is also like a high shine, high foil kind of finish. I love the formulation of Nikaki palettes, and so this would definitely be an amazing palette for those of you who love those everyday peachy kind of earthy kind of tones to wear for work or college. I think you're gonna love this one. This palette, it wears really long, which is something I absolutely love about it. It blends beautifully. The mattes are extremely kind of soft and buttery. It is isn't chalky and nor is it like not well pigmented. There's a lot of pigment, so it's gonna be great even for deeper complexions too. So let's move on to the next palette. We have the Seri Aurora eyeshadow palette. Now, when this palette was launched, it kind of went gaga over the internet. A lot of people were talking about the formulations and how unique it is with this palette compared to the wider category of palettes in the Indian market. Now, when you look at this palette, I would say that the color story is a little kind of on the colorful side, and you also have a good range of variety of tones and everything. But I would say that this is a good add-on palette. So let's say that you already have a basic eyeshadow palette, but maybe for Navratri you're going to wear a green dress and you're looking for a green shimmer, then this would be a great one for it. So let's say that you're wearing something with a bit of purple, then you can use this. You want something with a bit of peachiness, you have a couple of options. I think it's a great add-on palette. It also has a black with it, so it's a good add-on palette, but it wouldn't work as an everyday neutral palette. I would recommend this for someone who wants an add-on palette to their list, something which is not too pricey, but it's going to work amazingly well, especially for the festive time. So my fifth pick is going to be the LA Girl Nudes eyeshadow collection. Now, you all know how much I love my nudes, and I know that a lot of you love those kind of neutral to cool tone nudes, so this one is the best one for you. It has a beautiful color story. It kind of reminds me of the Urban Decay's, I think, Naked 3 or 2, I'm not too sure, but one of it. But when you look at the color story, they're all kind of cool toned kind of colors. So for those of you who don't want that orangey kind of look every time, so it's got a beautiful balance of colors. You have your lighter tones as well as your deeper tones in the palette, and the shimmers in this palette are amazing. I love the shimmers, and I would say that this is a shimmer heavy palette. So when you see the palette, it has more of shimmers compared to the matte eyeshadows, and I think this is great for somebody who just wants to do a neutral look and you just kind of want to keep it very classy looking. You don't want that oranginess and you want to look very kind of sophisticated. I think this is a great palette to go in for. It'll work amazingly well on light to medium complexions, whereas for deeper complexions, it would be better if you have another palette to kind of work, especially with the matte eyeshadows, because the matte eyeshadows aren't extremely deep in tone. They're more on the neutral to lighter kind of spectrum. This is going to be great for someone who wants those neutral to cool tone looks, and this does not have a lot of warmth in it, which is kind of good and refreshing because we literally get palettes continuously which are all warm toned in nature. So this one does have that coolness and the neutralness in it. Very sophisticated, extremely beautiful, very glamorous looking looks you're gonna get with this. Very, very sultry looking looks. I think this is great. The shimmer formulation in this is one of a kind. I absolutely love the shimmers on this. So you can see the shimmers. It's so reflective and I love shimmers like that. So that's about it, and I hope you all enjoy the swatches as well as the eye looks which I inserted. So I just wanted to add the eye looks, that way you can see how it performs without me taking too much time to create the videos. So it makes it a little more easier for you to kind of listen and also to watch it at the same time. And I hope the swatches were helpful. It'll help describe the color story a little better in case you're thinking of getting it. If you all found this video helpful, and drop down in the comment section on what more would you like to watch or which kind of palette review you would like to see. I would love to do some for you, or anything about your thoughts about this video. Please drop it down in the comment section below and stay connected. So I'll see you guys for another one. Until next time, bye.